Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dominaria full set review. We're going to be going through the black cards, but first, welcome me again, Anthony. How's it going?
Yeah, good, Brett. How you doing?
Very good. I'm ready to talk about some evil and darkness in the black.
Yeah, that's some creepy but pretty cool artwork in the background there.
Yes, can't wait to get to that one. But we'll kick things off with the Blessing of Belzenlock. This is a 1-mana instant. Target creature gets +2/+1 until end of turn. If it's legendary, it also gains lifelink. That's a good little combat trick.
Yeah. I was kind of expecting it to get indestructible, but given what we've seen in the last couple of years, but that lifelink's pretty cool. Yeah, kind of like it.
I think indestructible would have been a bit too good for 1 black. You'd have to at least add 1 more mana onto that, but 1-mana combat tricks I really like because they're so easy to hide.
Yep.
Just that 1 mana sitting there, people don't really pay attention, and you get them out of nowhere.
Yep. And looks like this is, if black's aggressive, this is going to be a really good card.
Yeah, we saw from the black-red uncommon that could be in for some aggressive decks.
Yeah.
Next up.
Cabal Evangel. 1 in a black for a 2/2 human cleric, and that's it. Okay, I guess.
Why does my favourite colour get the worst bear? Every other colour gets a bear with upside, and black gets a bear. Fine.
Black's supposed to have bad creatures.
The Cabal Paladin is a 4-mana 4/2 human knight. Whenever you cast a historic spell, Cabal Paladin deals 2 damage to each opponent. This could be interesting. Got a bit of historic stuff going on, lots of artifacts, so...
Yeah. Did we see much of that in black in our multicolored stuff? We saw a little bit, didn't we? Yeah, in the I think the black-white.
Blue-black.
Blue-black
Yeah. Was interested in historic a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
So that could be good. But I mean, the overall stats, 4-mana 4/2 is pretty mediocre. As we said, black needs any creatures it can get sometimes.
Yep.
And it is a knight, so there is a knight sub-theme which could be important as well.
Okay, yeah, cool. Black-white knights.
Adequate common.
Oh, this artwork's pretty cool. Caligo, Skin Witch. 1 in a black for a 1/3 human wizard, and it has kicker of 3 in a black. And when Caligo Skin Witch enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, each opponent discards 2 cards.
It's a human wizard, so getting your wizard tribal on. 2-mana 1/3 is pretty standard.
Yeah, it's not great. I really want to be kicking this because if there are a lot of kicker stuff around, then you're going to be getting good stuff by the time you've kicked this.
Yeah, I feel like that it might be a little bit slow. This might be your black-green deck, so you can get there a little bit faster, because by the time you're at 6 lands, your opponent may well be empty-handed.
Not if they've got kicker stuff as well.
Possibly, yes, but you would assume that they can ramp into that faster if that's their intention.
Sure.
But we'll see. As I say, it's a fine common. I don't think this is super important for the black deck overall.
No, just cool little card.
Yeah. Next we have Doomblade. Kind of.
Yes!
Cast down 1 in a black for an instant. Destroy target non-legendary creature, which is going to hurt a little bit, that downside, being non-legendary. But it used to be destroy target non-black. We can deal with this.
Yeah, I think so. Doomblade, sometimes you'd have to side out. I definitely did that a couple of times. This one, you'll find plenty of stuff in your opponent's decks to kill with this.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're going to be playing legendary creatures, so this is going to be annoying sometimes, but I think it's always going to find a target, and it's premium black removal. Can't speak more highly of it. Yeah,
and this is really important for Constructed as well, I think.
Definitely going to need to get into Constructed.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Oh, creepy looking card, that one. That looks like a really old card, actually. Chainer's Torment. 3 and a black for our uncommon black saga. So chapters 1 and 2, Chainer's Torment deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. So a little bit of draining. And then chapter 3, create an XX black nightmare horror creature token where X is half your life total, rounded up. It deals X damage to you. Whoa! So you pay half your life for an XX.
Yeah. I mean, you spend the first couple of turns draining a little bit of extra life. There's some crazy stuff going on here, and I know a little bit about Chainer. Chainer, the Dementia Master, he's the one responsible for Chainer's Edict, which is a very famous sort of the Edict effect, sacrificing creatures. He is very much in the business of making nightmares. He was the Dementia Master. He used to bring creatures back from the graveyard as nightmares. So it seems like, and I'm just speculating here, that his nightmares have finally overcome him and destroyed him.
Yeah, maybe.
He's definitely got like a Han Solo trapped in carbonite look about him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this... I don't know how to rate this. I'm talking all about the story because I'm trying to think about whether I'd play this or not.
It's hard to say.
4 mana drain 2 is bad. 4 mana drain 4 is fine. If you get that far, and then turn 7 you get a nightmare.
Say you get like a 6/6 out of this. If you're on 12, which is probably lower than you'd expect, but say you did get a 6/6, how would you feel about this?
Not bad, because I'm now at 6 life, and I just spent my turn 4 not doing very much.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it. I'm gonna pass on Chainer's Torment.
Yeah, I'm kind of off it as well. I don't like giving up that much life total for... It depends. Would you give up 12 for 12? For a 12/12? So say you were at 20.
Yeah, if I was at
24,
24, sure.
well, just say you didn't get hit.
For 4 turns, for 5 turns, for 6 turns you
I mean,
take no damage?
But you're playing other cards on your other turns.
Nah, I just think the scenarios in which this is good are going to be too few and far between.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So I'm not with it. I'm moving on to the Dark Bargain.
Okay, 3 and a black for an instant. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Dark Bargain deals 2 damage to you. So it's what is it? Inspiration, but it deals 2 to you. It's a little bit better than Inspiration though.
It's an expensive Sign in Blood.
Yeah, but that's
still... but it's better than Sign in Blood.
Yeah, and it's instant speed. And you're looking at 3 cards. Interesting. I think this is going to be actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like this card. I mean, in the black-blue deck that we saw, it might be quite slow and irrelevant with Historic. You can hold up your counter spell or your kill spell, and we do have some good blue counter spells. So
yeah,
I like it. And end step, they don't do anything, so you just draw a couple of cards.
Yeah, it reminds me of the blue one with energy. You scry 2 and then put 2.
Yep,
it's very close to that.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. So yeah, good card. I think it should be played in pretty much all black decks because you just draw good cards.
Yep.
Next we have some more, another Thallid. Death Blue Thallid is a dark purple. It's a 2 and a black for a 3/2 fungus, and when it dies you get a green sapling creature token. So just more fungus tribal.
I'm all for this. This is cool. Good card.
All on the green-black funguses seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's good sack outlet too, because it gives you 2 bodies. I think there is a couple of sack things coming up, but yeah, that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah. So we now have a Demonic Vigor. This is an aura. It gives a creature +1/+1, and if the creature dies, you return that card to its owner's hand.
Cool.
Interesting. So it gives your creature a second life. So if they kill it, you don't get 2 for 1.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of cool.
It doesn't give much of a buff. It's just +1/+1, but it's not bad.
I don't think I'm picking it highly. It's probably filler at best. It's not the worst card, but it's not horrible.
Yeah, it seems okay.
Ooh, Demon Lord Belzenlock. 4 black for a 6/6 flying trample elder demon creature. Oh, we've got elder demons now. When Demon Lord Belzenlock enters the battlefield, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. Then put that card into your hand. If that card's converted mana cost is 4 or greater, repeat this process. It deals 1 damage to you for each card you put into your hand this way. That seems good.
It's big and scary and an absolute limited bomb. So just play it in limited because it probably won't kill you. It's unlikely. It might, but it probably won't. But the real demon bargain aspect of this comes when you put this into a commander deck.
Yeah.
Because we play lots of spells that cost 4 or more, and even if you start with extra life, I could definitely see some people getting killed from like 15 or 20 life by playing this card.
Really?
Oh yeah. Half the deck is typically over 4, or 4 or more.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. This card's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, very very great, very awesome limited bomb. Probably not going to see any competitive sort of constructed play, just because it doesn't do enough.
And this
I know that sounds weird, but
yeah, and this is Liliana's final demon.
yes. So she's going to need to settle the score with this guy and end it.
Yep.
So next we have Divest. Divest is a sorcery. It means target player reveals their hand, you choose an artifact or creature card from it, and that player discards that card. Which is kind of a little Thoughtseize type effect here. Not as good as Thoughtseize by any means, but a little discard outlet. You should get something good.
Yeah, I think so as well. This is pretty much Thoughtseize for limited, because you only really care about their creatures. So yeah, I think this card's going to be actually okay in limited.
Yeah, and I think with the blue counter spells, the black kill spells, I think we can put together a pretty good blue-black control deck in limited at the moment. Anything that cast down can't hit, you can take with Divest. So you try to get it out of their hand before it comes down, and then you cast down all the other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
As a side point, Divest is an actual word, and it means to like take away someone's power or rights. So strip them of their rights or power.
Oh.
So that's where that's coming from. It's a cool little word.
Yeah. Dread Shade, black for a 3/3 shade, and you can pay a black to give it +1/+1 until end of turn. So a classic shade. It's just a beefy one.
It is a big shade. Triple black's going to be hard to cast.
Yeah.
So definitely want to keep that in mind. It's probably not coming down on turn 3 or turn 4.
No, but once it does, like you threaten to attack for 6+.
Yeah, that threat of activation is real, and your opponent is going to have a real hard time deciding to block it.
Yeah.
It also looks awesome. That's a scary looking dude.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, good card. If you can support triple black, then go nuts, but you might need to pass it.
Yep.
Next we have a Drudge Sentinel, 2 and a black. It is a 2/1. You can pay 3 to tap Drudge Sentinel and make it indestructible. So it's kind of along those reassembling skeleton kind of things where it keeps coming back, keeps being hard to do anything with. It's a good blocker, basically, is what it's there for.
Yeah, you can't do anything like sacrifice it or anything like that, which you could do with the other stuff. But this could be a pretty good card.
Yeah, I mean it blocks bears really well.
Yeah.
If you keep up the 3 mana, but I think that's
a
I'm probably
lot.
not going to play it, to be honest. I think there are better 3 drops, and 3 mana to activate its ability is a lot to hold up. For them to just go, that's cute, I'm not going to attack.
Or what if you do this as an attacker?
You can't tap it. It doesn't matter.
You have to tap it.
Actually,
you
no.
have to tap it.
No, you don't. Sorry. No, I have a look, because the colon is before the tap, so it's not a tap requirement.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So yeah, you can attack with it. Even so, I feel like it's pretty meh.
Yeah. I don't know. That threat of activation could be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, keep your eye out on how many of your opponent's creatures are 2 power, 2 toughness. Sorry, if they're playing red, we saw a lot of X2s. So if you're playing in a mirror, like a red-black mirror, this could be a very good card to have in your deck.
Yep.
So we have the Eldest Reborn. This is our next saga. This is a 5 mana enchantment, and this is the Nicol Bolas saga. It's basically Cruel Ultimatum over 3 turns. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. So it's an edict first. Then each opponent discards a card. Then you put a creature or planeswalker from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. And I really like it in 2HG. And that's about
Oh,
it.
yes.
and Commander. Any multiplayer format, I like this card.
Yeah, for sure. This would be awesome in Commander, I think, because you again on that last one, you can take it from any graveyard,
Yep.
which is pretty sweet. Um, yes, I don't know. Overall, I think it's worth 5 mana, so I think it's good enough. I just don't know. The thing is, like, you just gotta know that you're getting it in stages, so it is incredibly slow.
Yes.
But you are getting it.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think it's certainly a control card. It's certainly my deck goes long, my deck goes for value. This is the Vona Disciple of, not Vona, the Disciple of Grix, blue, black girl deck, because you then play her and get it back and do it again. You're going to turn 15 with this card.
Yeah. I like it. I'm going to be building a lot of decks with this in it.
Also, sick bolus artwork.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Nice. Oh, we've seen this one. Eviscerate. 3 and a black, destroy target creature. It's sorcery.
This is a reprint, you're saying?
Is it? I feel like it is.
I think we've seen cards with the same name, but I don't know if this specific card is printed.
Or couldn't have the same name.
Well, similar things, like Evisceration or something like that instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is good. This is good black removal. It kills anything for 4 mana, unconditional, easy to splash, which is nice. They didn't go for 2 black, which they easily could have done.
Yep. Yeah, this is good. It's going to be a first pick a lot of the time, and you're going to play it. That's not much more to it. Feral Abomination, 5 and a black for a 5/5 with Death Touch, and it's a Thrall, 5/5 Thrall. There you go.
That's big. Death Touch seems kind of unnecessary, but there it is. It'll kill everything.
Yeah, and I like it. It makes double blocks suck. So, and a lot of the time you'll have to double block to kill it. So, this is good.
Yeah, good, reasonable black common. We now have the Final Parting. This is a 5 mana sorcery, so 3 black for Final Parting. Search your library for 2 cards. One goes to your hand, the other in your graveyard. Shuffle your library. 5 mana tutor's too much. Even tutoring is something to the graveyard as well. So, just gonna pass.
Yeah, no.
It's a Story Spotlight card. It looks like this is when Liliana finally destroys or ends her brother Josu.
Yep. Because he was made a lich, I think.
Yes, he was turned into a zombie first by her, accidentally.
Yep.
That's when she planeswalked, and then it seems Belzenlock has turned him into a lich, which presumably ends at Story Spotlight 2.
Yep.
Anyway, let's continue on with a Fungal Infection.
Nice. 1 black for an instant. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn, and create a Saproling token.
Yeah, not bad.
This is kind of cool. I like this card.
Yeah, neat little trick. Again, it's just going to bring down an enemy creature enough to kill it, hopefully.
Yeah.
But it seems fine.
Yeah.
Speaking of Josu.
Yeah.
This is Josu Ves, the Lich Knight. 2 black for a 4/5. With Menace, which is pretty good for 4 mana 4/5 with Menace. This is quite a good card.
Yeah.
But if you get to late game and you have 1,000,000 mana, or aka 10, you can make 8 2/2 black zombie knight creatures with Menace. Not tapped.
Which will end the game.
That's If you get to 10 mana, you get to play this for its kicker cost, and you put 4 plus 16, so 20 power into play, 21 toughness. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, really, really cool. This is, I think, a slam first pick.
Absolutely, slam first pick. I mean, it's also, for whatever reason, as a knight as well, just in case you need a bit more knight synergies. So this gets bonuses from the other things that give knights pluses. All of the zombie creatures are knights as well. So there's a good chance that they're all entering as 3/3s with some of the white buffs.
Yeah.
This is some scary stuff.
Yeah, really, really cool. I like it. I like what they did with him.
Yeah, done well.
Kazarov, Sengir Pureblood, 5 black for a 4/4 flying legendary creature vampire. And whenever a creature an opponent controls is dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on Kazarov Sengir Pureblood. And 3 and a red, it deals 2 damage to target creature. Ah, so we're actually going to get counters on this one.
Yes, they've finally given us a Sengir Vampire. Granted, it costs $1 million, but they've given us a Sengir Vampire that you will get counters on. For those who haven't seen a Sengir Vampire before, they usually have things like whenever a creature that is dealt damage by that vampire dies, it gets a counter. So basically, your opponent would just never let that happen. Or the creature would die in combat when it was trying to kill something, so it just never worked. But now, yeah, anytime a creature is dealt damage, so you don't even, like, you play him before combat and swing. And you're just like, whatever, I'm getting a giant vampire.
Oh yeah, actually, I didn't realize that. It doesn't have to be dealt damage by Kazarov. That's cool.
It's pretty ridiculous. And then he has this ability, when you untap, just dealing 2 damage to a creature if you want to. This is really cool. Very expensive, and not necessarily a slam first pick, but very cool.
Yeah, cool card. Alright, Knight of Malice. 1 and a black for a 2/2 human knight with first strike, which is cool, and has hexproof from white instead of protection. And hexproof just means it can't be targeted by spells or abilities that are white. And it gets +1/+0 as long as any player controls a white permanent.
Was it so hard to do protection? Was that confusing?
No, I don't think it was confusing. I just think that it was not great gameplay. How, like, a one creature could just hold off like these massive other creatures, like a board full of white creatures.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see. This is a 3/2 when there's a white
with first strike.
With first strike when there's a white permanent in play, which is quite good. This is probably one of the big reasons why you really want to go black-white for your knights deck in standard, if that happens. And it's a bear with upside. Black got a good bear.
Yeah, and this is going to be pretty good in 2HG because someone's going to have a white permanent.
Oh yeah, definitely. And just in general, I think it's a really good aggressive knight. Certainly worth playing.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, next we have the Lich's Mastery. This is Eggs Meat Basket. 3 black, 6 mana legendary enchantment with hexproof, so the enchantment cannot be targeted by your opponents. You can't lose the game. Great. But, and whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Also really good. However, when you lose life, for each 1 life you lose, you exile a permanent you control or a card from your hand or graveyard. When Lich's Mastery leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. So, there's a lot here. The fact that you can exile cards from your graveyard is really helpful. Exile cards from your hand is very helpful. This is so all in though. Like, the only reason it's going to leave the battlefield is because you've run out of cards to exile to it.
Yes. You'd only really play this if you had life gain stuff, right? So you could draw a bunch of cards.
I feel like you have to have some kind of life gain. You have to have ways to draw a lot more cards. Or you have to have the most defensive setup in existence.
Build the walls.
Even then, like, what does it matter? Like, you're really playing it for that when you gain life, draw cards.
Yeah.
Which
like
you're probably just going to draw out before you win.
I don't know. Depends how much damage they deal to you.
Yeah, no, I think
if you're behind on board, you're just kind of screwed with this card.
Yeah, this is not a good card for limited. I would say you don't want to play it unless you want to unlock the achievement of winning with Lich's Mastery, which
I kind of do. Yeah, but I don't think it's very good.
Aloro over in Commander might like this if you want to play it there, where you can have a very control-y pillow fort deck where you're gaining a lot of life and your opponents have a lot of disincentive to attack you because you have propaganda effects in play and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're a lot more susceptible to wraths then, but there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fun, interesting story-based card of the Lich, but not really great for limited.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this artwork. That looks sick. Lingering Phantom, 5 and a black for a 5/4 spirit. And whenever you cast a historic spell, you may pay black. If you do, return it from your graveyard to your hand. It's kind of expensive, but it is inevitability, kind of.
Yeah, again, it's in that blue-black historic kind of deck that we've been talking about, a controlling deck. That is the stuff of nightmares in that art, though.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Let's move on before I see that later tonight. Phyrexian Scriptures is another saga, 2 black. For the first activation, you get a 1/1 counter on one creature. It becomes an artifact. The second one, destroy all non-artifact creatures, so kind of a wrath. And the third one, exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. So it's just kill it all, get it gone. It's a slow wrath. Which is
yes,
that lets you keep one thing.
Yes. So if you have that 2/2 that ups your saga count, not saga count, your what is it? What are they called? Law counters. So you put the counter on that, then you attack, and then wipe everything. Hit for 3, and then you're good.
You could do that, or you could not play it in green and instead play it in blue-black, where you're going to be playing a lot of historic spells, like artifacts, that don't get destroyed. You play the artifact creatures deck.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about that red guy, but...
Oh, sorry, yeah, he's in red, isn't he? I thought he was in green.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like this card, I think. It's a mythic, so you're not going to see it very often, but it is a wrath, and sometimes wraths are just what you need, even if your opponent gets one turn to prepare for them. And be prepared, they're going to swing every creature on their board at you after you play this, because they know they're going away. But
at the same time, you're getting to keep a creature and they lose their creatures, and you get to swing in. So that is a thing.
Yes, yeah, I do very much like this card. Obviously, sideboard it out if your opponent is playing a lot of artifacts.
Yes.
Just need to be aware to take that out. But good, and obviously some very creepy art. I'm wondering if this is the Phyrexian altar.
I'm not sure, but that is beautiful.
But yeah, that's very majestic and macabre and interesting.
Yeah,
cool stuff.
Really cool. All right, Rat Colony, 1 and a black for a 2/1 rat, and it gets +1/+0 for each other rat you control. A deck can have any number of cards named Rat Colony. So,
it's relentless rats, but worse.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know. How bad are these if you have like 10 of them? They're probably still pretty bad because they only get a power boost, not a toughness boost.
Yeah, Relentless Rats got +1/+1, which is a lot better. Granted, they cost 1 black instead of 2. But
yeah. Oh well.
I mean, they still work with Thrumming Stone. Have you ever seen it?
I don't know what that is.
Thrumming Stone is your cards have Ripple. Ripple 5, I think it was. And Ripple is an ability where you look at the top X cards of your library, whatever the Ripple number is, and for every copy, every card that's the same as the card that you cast them as well. So you would cast 1 Relentless Rats, look at the top of your library and go, oh, there's another Relentless Rats, and cast that, and then look at the top again and just keep going. So you would just put 50 rats in play immediately.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. A silly, expensive combo, but yeah, a lot of fun for the Commander Rat deck. As that is a complete aside, this card is very mediocre and fairly dull and limited, I would say.
Yeah.
If you need a 2-power thing, then yeah.
Another saga. Rite of Belzenlock, 2 black, and this one's just a rare, but you get for your first and second law counter, you get 2/0/1 black cleric creature tokens. So that's kind of cool. And then on the third law counter, create a 6/6 black demon creature token with flying, trample, and at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice another creature. If you can't, this creature deals 6 damage to you.
It's cool. It's demon summoning.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. I think this is actually pretty good.
think it's reasonable. I mean, it's a 4 mana, kind of does nothing.
You just chump
get a
with
couple
one.
of chump blockers.
Yeah.
And you have clerics then to feed to the demon before it starts hurting you, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Only takes a couple of turns with a 6/6 flying trample to win the game.
Sure. Granted, you're not going to get that till turn 7.
That's fine.
Which I think is the biggest problem with these sagas, is the ones that don't really do anything until their 3rd move take a long time.
Yeah, but it's not like they're not... Like, this one's giving you plenty of ways to draw the game out, so it's not...
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
the
still
worst.
like it. It's just, I worry about how long that is, and you really have to have a deck that wants to go long.
Yeah, well, it's kind of interesting. Like, we're seeing a bunch of sagas in black. We're seeing a lot of kicker stuff in red and green. Maybe this format's a little bit slower.
Could be. I mean, we saw some aggressive red. We haven't seen the white yet. So if red
Yeah.
and white pair up in an aggressive deck, that might shorten our lifespans a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
Settle the score. Here it is. 2 black sorcery, exile target creature, and put 2 loyalty counters on a planeswalker you control. Premium removal. Up there with Eviscerate, exile is a little bit better. The loyalty counters on a planeswalker doesn't really matter for limited.
No.
But yeah, cool. This is the end of Belzenlock.
Yeah, and good on Liliana. She did it. So, yay for her. And now she can move on to other things. That's good.
Yeah, certainly very much a fan of Lily and wanting to see where her story goes. Not sure what she's going to do now. She's no longer bound to the demons.
Yeah,
Kind of achieved her goal with the Justice League, so will she move on or will she stay?
we shall see.
We shall see. But as we come back around, yeah, good limited removal. Take it when you're in black. Can't splash this one because it's double black, but
Which one would you take? Would you take this one or the other one?
I
At
would
this
probably
stage.
take the other one if I was...
Like first pick, first pack.
Yeah, first pick, first pack. If it's directly between these, I'm taking the Eviscerate because I can splash it.
Yeah,
If
agreed.
I'm likely to be in black, you take the Settle the Score because there are graveyard shenanigans happening.
Yes, it's true. Cool.
Alright, next up. Like this.
All right. Soul Salvage. 2 and a black for a sorcery. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. I do kind of like these abilities. Getting 2 cards is good.
Yeah, it's a neat little 2-for-1. I always enjoyed playing things like Macabre Waltz or that sort of stuff, so
Yeah.
certainly worth including one in your black decks.
Yep.
We have a Stronghold Confessor, 1 mana 1/1, which is it has menace, sure. If it was kicked for 3, then it gets 2 +1/+1 counters. So you can have a 4 mana 3/3 menace,
Which
which is
isn't...
kind of where you want to be.
Yeah, that's where you want to be, yeah. And again, I just think the flexibility means that this is much better than both of those. So, I like that.
Yeah, I think even if I have the opportunity to play this on turn 1, I'm probably not.
Probably, yeah. It depends. You could have a deck that really wants to get off to a quick start, and your hand has that. So,
Sure.
yeah, it could happen.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a curve in my hand that goes 1, 2, 3, then I'll probably play it. If like the aggressive red black deck, we come back around to that one. This probably goes into that.
Yeah, no, I like this card.
Alright.
Yeah, more Thalids. Thalid Omnivore, 3 and a black for a 3/3 fungus. Pay 1 and sacrifice another creature. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If a sapperling was sacrificed this way, gain 2 life.
It's a salad that's eating the
The
saplings.
sapperlings. You got to make use of them somehow. This is actually, I kind of like this card. Being able to do this at instant speed. It costs mana, which is kind of sucks, but I don't know. It makes it hard to block.
Yeah, it certainly is. And this having a little sacrifice outlet is nice. We've seen a couple of cards that have second lives, so
Yeah.
decent in that fungusy type deck, most likely, but pretty good otherwise. We have a Thalid Soothsayer, so more Thalids, 4 mana 2/3. Another sack outlet. You can sacrifice any creature, draw a card. That seems really powerful.
Yeah, I really like that. Alright, give me the black-green fungus. Let's do it.
Black-green fungus deck, that's looking really good, and even I would say in any black deck, just because sacking a creature that's about to die from a combat trick or to removal lets you draw a card is just really powerful.
Yeah.
Whew, big.
Yeah. Torgar, Famine Incarnate. 6 black for a 7/6 legendary creature avatar. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature sacrificed this way. Okay. And then when it enters the battlefield, up to one target player's life total becomes half their starting life total rounded down. Right.
I mean, it's a gigantic 7/6
So
that you can probably
you can
play cheaply.
Back up and
So again, really good in the
fungus.
Yes, really good in the fungus deck. You know, use that little 1 and a green spell to make 2 dudes and sack them off and play this for like 4. Seems really good.
Yeah, that's crazy. And put them to 10.
Yeah, you can probably get that down very early. Yeah, as I said, turn 4. This is certainly doable. So yeah, watch out for that. This is a bomb. I'm going to take it. Turn 4 set you to 10, and now I've got a 7/6.
Yeah, me too.
Coming at you very much. All right. Next we have the Urgoros. Sorry, if our stuns moment there wasn't a good enough, you know, communication, pick that and play it in limited because it's awesome. the gigantic family guy. So Urgos the Empty One is a 6 mana 4/3 flying spectre. Spectre is a very traditional historic creature type, and what they usually do is make their opponent discard cards, and this is no exception. It deals combat damage to a player. That player discards a card at random, which is really good. And if they can't, you draw a card.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. So Hypnotic
this
Spectre
card.
is the original. It was only 3. It was half the cost for half the card. 3 mana for a 2/2 flying that did the first part. Discard at random. And the difference here is the discard at random is really big. For those who haven't played with older cards that do this, discarding at random was discontinued for a long time because it's annoying as hell. And the fact that you get the upside of like, oh, they don't have any cards, who cares? I'm going to draw a card.
Yeah, because the one way to get around this sort of hit is to say, all right, I'm just going to play everything out. But now they're actually getting a card out of it. I love this card so much.
Yeah. Now the downside is
really
it's
good.
6 mana 4/3, which is a little on the expensive side. 6 mana 4/3 flyer is adequate but expensive.
Flyer.
Yeah. But yeah, so kill it with fire if you can. If you can't, you're going to need to lose. and pick it and play it early because it's great.
The card advantage on that is real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, next.
All right, Vicious Offering. 1 and a black for an instant, and it's got a kicker of sacrificing a creature. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. If it was kicked, that creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn instead. Okay, Thalids, yes. This is a really good card. -2/-2 is usually really good for 2 mana anyway, and having the option to upgrade it is just awesome.
Yeah, this is a prime removal spell in black. The fact that you can chump with a creature, block with another creature, sack the chump, and kill a third creature is just very, very good. And it's just fine on its own, as you say. 2 mana -2/-2 is completely acceptable.
Yep.
So definitely not going to get that on the wheel.
No way.
Next we have Whisper Blood Liturgist. This is a 4 mana 2/2. Yeah. It's a human cleric, but you can sacrifice 2 creatures to return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Thalids.
I feel like are there combos with this? Like Siege Gang Commander? Can you like?
You can certainly loop Siege Gang Commander.
Yeah.
Each turn, you net 1 goblin.
2 goblins, right?
In that process. Oh yeah, because
it makes 3.
It makes 3, and you have to sacrifice 2 of those goblins in order to get Siege Gang Commander back. So you would probably...
No, you sacrifice Siege Gang and
to get
goblin.
itself back.
You can't do that?
No. So the way this ability will work is you cannot target a creature. You have to choose your targets. And so the process of doing all of this, you would need to target a creature in your graveyard currently and bring it back.
Oh, damn. You can only get one extra token then.
Yeah, but you get to sacrifice your Siege Gang Commander to itself to throw 2 damage. And then get it back.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly just in general, this seems pretty good because you just sack off your 2 little creatures to get back the big creature your opponents have killed or something like that. So.
Yep.
By itself, though, kind of lame as a 4-mana 2/2.
Yeah, you really want to be doing stuff, like have a plan for this card.
Yeah. It's generally going to fit into any black deck that isn't super aggressive. This is a slow, grindy effect.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what do we got next?
This artwork's so cool. Windgrace Acolyte. 4 and a black for a 3/2 cat warrior. Hang on. Oh yeah, it's like a panther. With flying, and when it enters the battlefield, put the top 3 cards from your library into your graveyard and you gain 3 life. It's kind of random.
I'm just thinking that it looks like the cat from Ariel, so I'm imagining Ariel riding a cat, riding a dinosaur.
Yeah. That's cool.
This seems decent because we've just gone through and seen some graveyard interactions where a bit of self-mill is probably not bad. 5-mana 3/2 flyer is pretty average. It's not too bad, but it's not great. Yeah. But the fact that you get to enable some of those graveyard abilities could be quite useful.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of graveyard stuff in black, so that's good.
So yeah, certainly not slamming this into any black deck, but I will put it into black decks that have those synergies. Yargle.
Oh my god.
Yargle is the glutton of Urborg. This is a frog spirit, and it's a 9/3.
What the hell?
I've heard from Magic Mike's, if those who don't watch Magic Mike's talked about this card a bit, and there are no 9/3s in Magic until now. This is the first 9/3. It's a 5-mana 9/3. It's pretty cool. It's a frog spirit. And when Bells and Locks Lieutenant Yarkul grew too ambitious, the Demon Lord transformed him into a maggot. The frog that ate that maggot grew and grew until a ravenous spirit burst from its body. This is a demonish frog spirit.
Oh my god. This is huge. 9 power. You can't ignore this thing.
No, you can't, but it does only have 3 toughness. So dies to Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
Dies to Doomblade.
Well, it doesn't die to this Doomblade.
No, well, yeah, so it doesn't die to original Doomblade, it dies to new Doom. Oh no, it doesn't die to any Doomblade. I take that back, it's a legend. I thought it was legendary. It doesn't die to any Doomblades, so play it, it's awesome, it's indestructible. It can't be killed.
Only the wizards can kill it.
Yeah.
This is scary. Like, usually you don't worry about these 4 and 5 mana high-powered, low-toughness creatures, but 9, you can only take 1 hit, really, with this. And you really don't want to take that either. You got to deal with this.
Absolutely. It's not too hard to deal with, but you definitely do need to trade for it. This is going to get a card.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so moving along.
Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. So this is our sweet background that we've got on this one. So it's 4 and a black for a legendary sorcery, and you put up to 1 target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker, then exile Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. So you get a creature and destroy a creature. That seems like a really powerful ability, especially for limited. But again, you have to have the legendary creature to do it. And it's, again, this is going to be worth it when you do it. It's just a lot of setup.
Absolutely, yeah. And this is sort of the first time we've seen any sort of visual representation of Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth is this very powerful old sort of god creature from before the Mending. And the art, as I understand, is depicting the moment when Gerard is offering the trade of Urza, so the head of Urza, for Hannah, his ship's navigator. And it doesn't quite go down the way that they expect it to. I don't know the story fully, so I'm not going to try to talk about it any more than that.
I
But
believe
it's a lot of interesting
Hannah.
history.
Yeah, I believe it was sort of a trap. Like Hannah was already dead and was like zombified or something like that. So yeah, it was all a trick anyway, and I don't think they actually made the trade. So I think they were using it as a way to kill Yawgmoth.
Yeah. But it's a really interesting story, so go back and look up that one if you want to know more. But Yawgmoth's Vile Offering seems like a really good card. You're going to need to have Legends. Again, looking at your deck and saying, do I have enough Legends to reliably cast this? But if you do, slap it in that deck. Splash for it if you're in different colours, because it's really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Really powerful card. And that will do us, leaving us at Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. So that's all the black cards. A little bit of a shaky start there, but black seems to be coming together nicely as a very good control colour.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of powerful stuff in Recursion, so it's cool.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us for the black cards, and we will see you back here for the blue cards in just a few minutes.
See ya.